Hi, and welcome to this episode of The Lever. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see I'm joined by Larry Lama, who's looking over my shoulder, making sure that I'm helping you all. Today, I wanted to talk about 3 lists that when we're onboarding new clients, we go through this exercise of helping the client build 3 lists that are critical to one, having a passion and spending your days doing the tasks that you should be doing for your business, that you're really good at doing and that you love doing. 2, making sure that the tasks outside of that are being done and being done efficiently and when they need to be done and following best practice. And 3, your wish list. So the tasks that are important but not urgent, and as a consequence of not being urgent, often get bumped down the priority list. So I'd ask you for the next week or couple of weeks, as you're working through your tasks each day, note them down, whether that's in your project management system on a piece of paper or using a time tracking tool like Toggle. Just be super mindful of where you're spending your time. And if you can, categorize every task that you do into one of these 3 lists. So the first is to-do list done by you. And these are the tasks that you should be doing that can only be done by you and that are the best use of your time. The second to-do list is to do not by you, and they are tasks that aren't the best use of your time that someone else can do, and that someone else can possibly do better or more efficiently, faster, with better results, because those tasks will fall into someone else's zone of genius. And the third to-do list is your wish list. And they are the tasks that are going to drive your business forward. They are the important tasks, not the urgent tasks. So because they're not urgent, they often get bumped down the list, which can be frustrating because you want to get to those because you know that those tasks done will make a difference. So your to-do list. This is the list you want to be spending 80% of your time doing. And as you work through the tasks that you're doing in the next couple of weeks, there'll be tasks that you're not doing and should be doing that can still fall into this category. So these are the tasks that as a business owner will make a difference. They're often revenue generating tasks. It might be one-on-one time coaching. It might be creating an online course. It might be blogging or showing up on social media. It might be strategy planning for your next quarter, or revising your goals, or setting up workflows that you need to set up because all the information's in your head. So they're the tasks that only you can do. And they might be tasks that only you can do right now because you haven't pulled the information out of your head. But this is where you should be spending the bulk of your time, because this is where you can make a difference. The second to-do list, not done by you, they are tasks that aren't the best use of your time. Traditionally, they tend to be email, admin, or operations. They might be invoicing, reconciling, doing newsletters, creating social media content, all the kinds of things that have to be done, but they don't have to be done by you. And like I said, they can often be done better and faster by someone who's really good at these. removing these from your to-do list, one thing you do have to be mindful of is you don't let the time that you save by delegating or outsourcing these tasks be swallowed up by more noise. So be super mindful as you go about your days, making sure that, okay, you might get a task that comes onto your to-do list, but you know that that's not a task that you should be doing. So delegate it or outsource it straight away. It might be you decide, okay, I'm going to do this task one final time and I'll use Vimeo or Loom or Zoom to screen record it or jot down the procedure so that I can delegate it and I never need to do it again. One thing I will say, if you are delegating or documenting these tasks, make sure that you build in some sort of quality check or accountability factor, particularly if you haven't delegated before. Building in the quality checks or the accountability factor for each of your tasks, make sure that you don't need to micromanage, but you still have a handle on what's happening. You know the potential risks or areas where you really need to be careful, so you can elevate those and make sure that they get attention. The third and final list, and my favorite list, is your wish list. And when we are onboarding new clients, we'll work with them right from the get-go and we'll say, okay, what are the tasks that have been on your horizon? They fall outside of your 7-day to-do list, but these are tasks that will make a difference in your business. So they might be tasks like reviewing your website, measuring your goals. Are you on track, off track? What do those measurements look like? They might be tasks like revisiting your branding, revisiting your email newsletters. What sort of stats have you got off your newsletters? Can you use those stats to improve the performance? All those kind of things. It might be an idea that you have, you want to start creating some sort of mastermind program or an online course, or you might want to write a book, or the wish list, the things that you've been meaning to get round to. Typically, if you're a business owner, they are the kind of tasks that keep you up in the middle of the night because you think, oh, I really want to do this. And then the next day comes and real life kicks in and you get pulled back into the weeds. But this wish list helps pull the noise and the ideas out of your head, puts it on paper, and it's something that you can either work through because they're front of mind or delegate them if they're not tasks that you should be doing yourself. If you've got these 3 to-do lists, then you'll start seeing an impact on your time and ultimately a more profitable business, because the right things will be done by the right people at the right time in the right way. And that's all it takes. So I hope this helps. I will link to how to reduce your admin. It's a guide that you can work through a bit more detail than this podcast gives you. If you've got any questions, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on LinkedIn, or simply email me, justine@yourva.co.nz. And I hope this podcast inspires you to start working in your zone of genius and love what you're doing. Have a great day. Thank you.